Hey everyone, welcome back to Innovation Tech Communities, yet another session. And in this session, we'll be, covering about the LLMs. What are LLMs? What's behind it in the regards with the Databricks. And with us, we have an expert speaker with us here, who is Harun Rashid. He's an MCT C Sharp Kona MVP, and I've known him since some time because he's also a global speaker. And I can assure you that this session is going to be fantastic. And yeah, Harun, over to you. With no further ado, let's dive into.
Yeah, thanks, Azhar. Hi, everyone. Very good afternoon, and thanks everyone for joining on this Saturday noon. Okay, so yeah, without further delay, we'll just dive into the topic. Let me go ahead and share my slides first of all. I hope my screen is visible to you all.
Yep, it is visible, and yeah, we're good to go.
Okay. So once again, welcome everyone. So today we are going to see about the LLM and how we are going to use that LLM from Azure Databricks perspective. Basically, so about myself, already as I mentioned, like my name is Harun Rashid Basheer. I'm working as a specialist data engineer with Hitachi Solutions, and these are some of my achievements. Yeah, and we'll deep dive into this concepts called Gen AI and LLM. Okay, so since I'm a data engineer, how I'm going to use this Gen AI and LLM? Okay, because Gen AI is a different concept, right? AI means artificial intelligence. Anyone can use, but how a data engineer can use that AI in his field? That is how I'm going to showcase this particular presentation. Okay, so we all know what is AI. It's artificial intelligence. You can use that technology to create any content like images, text, or anything, right? But what is this LLM? So LLM is nothing but a large language model. It is a subset of AI, we can say. Okay, so subset of AI in the sense it is used for mimicking a human alike text. Okay, that is what LLM. Okay, so LLM can understand and generate a human like text based on our input prompts. That is what LLM is. So how we are going to use this in Databricks? Okay, so first of all, if you are new to Databricks, let me give you a quick overview about Databricks. So Databricks is like a tool, or it's a web-based tool, we can say, where you can write your Spark codes or Python codes, SQL-like codes, whatever you want. Okay, so there, how we are going to use this LLM and do a text summarization. That's what we are going to see today. So for this, we need some model to do any of the LLM concept or Gen AI concept. We need a model. Okay, so model is nothing but a trained thing, right? A machine can understand only the numericals. So we need to create some model which should understand the numericals and do some work for us. Okay, so with the help of a Hugging Face model, we are going to do the text summarization today. So let me. Okay, so this is the Hugging Face overview. So Hugging Face is nothing but an open source platform where people will call it as a GitHub for machine learning also sometime. Okay, because you can go and contribute, or you can use the existing models over there. You can train, you can get the training data set. All those things you can get it from this open source platform. So today I'm going to use one of the Hugging Face model and do the text summarization. So I think I've given you the very basic overview about what we are going to see today. So I'll quickly jump to the actual demo. Okay, so there we will discuss more about what is what, and what this model is going to do, what the transformer is going to do, all those things. Okay, so before that, I will just give you a few important key points. Okay, so yeah, with this I can say. Uh, So the LLM code that we are going to write, what it is going to do is it is going to do the text summarization. So text summarization in the sense, for example, you are going to give some input text. Here you can see I am giving some news article, and the news article is going to be like 1 or 2 pages, but I want a summarized output from that news article. So what I am going to do is I'm going to run this LLM pipeline, and with the help of this LLM pipeline, I'm going to summarize my article, the input article. Okay, so how it is going to get summarized is, you can see here, I'm going to do a prompt construction first. That is totally optional. For example, I'm going to summarize, right? So I will say summarize in the front of my content. Okay, that is optional. First thing is we are going to do the encoding of the data, because whatever the input text that I'm going to provide to the model, it is a textual format, right? The machine cannot understand it. So first I need to encode it so that it can get converted into a numericals, so the machine can understand it, or the model can understand it. So for that we are going to use a tokenizer. With the help of the tokenizer, we are going to encode our text. Okay, after encoding, our text is going to be looking like this, numericals. Okay, so this particular numbers we are going to provide to our model, the LLM model. Okay, so what our model will do, already our model is a trained model, so it knows what to do. For example, now I'm going to use a model called a T5. Okay, so this T5 model knows it is for summarization, because that model has been created for this, for that intent, and already has been trained with huge data sets. Okay, so now if I provide this particular encoded input to the model, this model will summarize the data. Okay, and it will give me the output in the numerical form only. But as a human, we can't read these numbers. So for this, what we need to do, again we need to use the tokenizer and decode that numbers to a human readable text. Okay, that is what we are doing with the tokenizer again. Okay, so simply we are going to pass the input, and we are going to encode it and give it to the model is going to do the summarization and give it to us as a numericals. Again we are going to decode it and get it as a output, as a summarized data. Okay, so this is the internal thing that is going to happen. But how, as a end user, or as a data engineer or data analyst, whomever it is, how to use these models and do the summarization, actual summarization, we are going to see it as a demo. Okay, so to summarize this, we need a model first of all. Okay, for that model we need a tokenizer. So what this tokenizer is going to do, it is going to break down the text into tokens. Okay, and we are going to do the encoding. This encoding is going to convert the token into numerical representation. And here comes our model. This model can be any model. In our case, it is going to be a model which is going to do the summarization, right, and decoding. So the numbers that it got created from the model needs to again convert it into a back to text, right? For that we are going to use this decoding tokenizer. So these are all the key points that we are going to do. Okay, any doubts still here, so that if we have any doubts, we can clear that and move to the demo session.
I guess if they have any, they will drop in the comments, and I'll let you know, Harun. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. Now let me go ahead and show you the code base. Okay, I hope you can able to see my Databricks screen. So if you're new to Databricks, so this is called as Azure Databricks service, where you can go to the Azure portal and create your own Databricks service. And this is the notebook. Okay, so in this Azure Databricks notebook only, we are going to write our code to do the data summarization. So you can write in any language you want. For example, Python, SQL, Scala, R, all these languages are supported by Databricks. So for this particular demo, I'm going to choose Python as my default language, and I'm going to install these libraries. We have seen this Hugging Face transformers and all, right, in the slide. So I am going to install these libraries. So now I have my libraries installed in my particular cluster. So cluster is nothing but the machines, the driver node and worker node that I need to perform my computation. Okay, so this is the kind of environment that I am going to use. And here is the actual code. You can see I have given the model name as a T5 small, and I'm using this particular tokenizer called a T5 tokenizer. And here comes the actual model. So the model is T5 for conditional generation. So this is the model that I'm using, and this is the tokenizer that I'm using. I'm just assigning those things to variables. And here I'm having some content, right? So here I'm having some basic content. It is having some 5 paragraphs. As an end user, I don't have a time to go through these 5 paragraphs, because I just need to know the key insights of this particular content. Okay, so to do that, what we can do is we can perform this data summarization. So first of all, I'm just executing this particular cell. Okay, so what I did is I just assigned these things to variable, and this particular content also to this variable called content. Next, I'm going here. You can see I'm using this concept called tokenizer, because first what we need to do is, using a tokenizer we need to encode the content, right? Because machine only knows numbers. So you can see I'm using a tokenizer and encode method to encode my content. This is my content variable, and I'm entering a statement here just to show you what will be the output of this particular encoding. So this is the output. Okay, so now this can be understood by machine knows what is this, but as a human we don't know. Okay, so I'm going to give this input to the model. So first step is encoding, and the second step is giving it to the model, right? So here you can see I'm going to give that inputs. So I saved that all the numbers into a variable called inputs. So I'm giving that inputs to my model. Okay, already I declared what is model and all, right? So I'm giving it that input to my model. If I give that input to the model, what will happen is, you can see this numbers got summarized. Here you can see like 20 plus lines of numericals are there, but here you can see like 6 plus lines of numericals. That means basically these inputs got summarized by this model, but as a human you can't read this, you can't read this particular data. So for that, obviously we need to do the decoding. We already saw in the slides, right? We need to do the decoding. So for that, again I'm using a tokenizer decode method, and giving this summarize IDs here. Okay, summary underscore IDs to the decode method. If I do that, what will happen is, this particular IDs, okay, this particular summarized IDs got decoded, and this is going to be my summarized data. Okay, so just for visualization purpose, I'm printing it as generated summary. You can see here all that 5 paragraphs got converted into 2 lines with actual content. Here you can see this content is telling about artificial intelligence in the society, artificial intelligence in healthcare, artificial intelligence in education, all those things it is giving, and some conclusion also they are telling. Okay, but this 2 line is going to tell the summarized information. What AI is being used for: diagnosis disease, predicting patient outcomes, even developing new drugs. In education it is used for this purpose, and in society it is used for this purpose. On overall content is provided here. So it is not going to miss anything, it is going to summarize the given input and give it to you. Okay, so this is one basic example that I have taken. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take some example from the content from any news media. So let me go to, so I'm going to this particular Times of India website, and I'm going to take any news. Okay, so let me take this particular news. 9 tech companies that have asked employees to work from office. So I'm going to copy the content from here. Okay, I have copied the content. Now Let me replace this particular sample content with the content that I copied from the news channel. So this is the content that I copied from news channel. Okay. Now I'm going to run my model over this particular data. Running all the cells, and you can see that entire news content got converted into or get summarized into two lines. What it is saying: companies have put in place new policies asking employees to work from office. Companies include TCS, Infosys, HCL, Google, and Amazon. Companies have resorted to straight measure to call employees back to work. Simply it converted into a highlights kind of thing, right? So you no need to go and read the entire news. If you are interested only in the key insight of the news, you can just go through this particular two lines to understand what that particular content is about to say. Okay, so this is for summarization. So this particular model, T5, is for summarization. Like this, Hugging Face is having many models. Okay, so you can go ahead and check for the open source platform Hugging Face. There will be a lot of models for prediction. All those things are there. So you can get that model, you can provide your data set, and you can get the outcome from it. So that is how you can simply use the LLM concepts in any of your data engineering or data analyst project. I hope I have given you some overview about it. If you have any queries, you can ask me now.
Thanks, Harun. Guys, if you have any other queries, please feel free to drop them in the comment section for the next 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, I know it's very like crisp one, because I don't want to take all those theoretical parts about what is LLM, what is Gen AI, because many of us know what is what, right? So I want to show you what is actually happening in the back end. Like when you call something, when you give something as an input, what is actually happening? Those things you need to know. So this is how the model is running behind the scenes, and this is how we need to choose this model specifically. So for the summarization, I have chosen this model called T5 small. So like that, you can go ahead and check the available models from the Hugging Face or any other platform. Take the respective models and use it. Okay, and you also can contribute to the Hugging Face platform.
Thanks again, Harun. So, guys, if you have any other queries, if you have missed the session, the recordings are still available. And after that, if you have any queries, please feel free to ping Harun. He's pretty much available on all the handles. Like you can reach out to him in LinkedIn. I guess he's more than happy to help you. Is that okay, Harun? Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So this is my LinkedIn handle. If you have any queries related to data engineering or this LLM concept or this POC, you can reach out to me in my LinkedIn handle.
Okay. So I will also post his LinkedIn. I mean, pin his LinkedIn in the comment section for people who wants to connect with him. And guys, we're also having back-to-back sessions after 2 p.m. Indian time. So feel free to go check the events. If something caught up your attention, some topics, you can attend them, and you can also share the link as well. So thank you so much, Harun, for joining with us. And that session was, very, insightful. The demos you gave, I really appreciate it. And looking forward, we can, meet again in another event, hopefully.
Yeah, thanks, thanks everyone. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, bye, guys.